Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match. This is my third of season 52. And playing against 2Duffman, who I don't believe I've played before. This kingdom looks kind of gross. So we've got no actual thinning. Right, just transmute for trashing. And we've got wall. So, yeah. That makes Duchy Duke look pretty unappealing. What to do? What to do? Ew, gosh. What does transmute do again? Treasures turn into transmutes, actions turn into duchies, victories turn into golds. Yeah, that's... I guess I wouldn't totally rule out that without wall that would be a viable approach, because you could do Duchy Duke stuff with it, maybe? Like you trash your coppers and transmutes and then trash the transmutes into duchies, but as for bandit, I do sort of get that. You're gonna play money anyway, then bandit, like the bandit attack like could be relevant, I guess, but there's no thinning. Boy, this is such a sorry kingdom. I really don't know what to do. Is there something interesting we can do with Augurs? Acolyte does do a little bit of trashing, but only action or victory cards gain a gold. So like we could trash the states into golds, but we can't thin coppers. It takes a while to get there. Herb Gatherer is not very good. Sorceress attack definitely hurts. So that's a reason to consider it, I guess. Is it also the only plus buy on the board? I guess it is, although that isn't super valuable here either. This is... I mean, this is the last time I've seen a kingdom this gross. My god! I think we probably end up wanting to play with Crypt. So if we get Herb Gatherer, our goal is probably to get an Acolyte or two, turn them into sorceresses, give out some curses. We could open Herb Gatherer silver and then at least have a shot for Herb Gatherer to not be like completely garbage early. Ugh. I'm not really that excited about ferrying anything, so I guess I'll do that. And I feel like I feel like touching none of the no part of the actual kingdom here could be viable. Just playing straight big money. Presumably my opponent intends to buy a bandit. Yeah, I was gonna say. So the nice thing about the bandit, if it like trashes my treasures, is it helps with wall. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and grab an Acolyte now. I will grab another one. Yeah, I'm gonna do trash this, gain a gold, trash that, gain an acolyte. Like, because we can't trash our coppers, I'm not really concerned that Bandit is ever going to like be oppressive here. Because it's just not likely enough to hit. I guess Sybil could be relevant. Like, it is draw. Do we end up actually wanting to play with Crypt? I don't know. I mean, I want to get Sorceress first, but maybe. Second Bandit. That's madness. Absolute madness. I guess I'll probably go ahead and Fairy here. I don't really think I need another silver. Like I could Fairy like Treasury. I could Fairy Augurs, actually. Sure. Why not? Okay, here goes gold. It's got to be copper that we're naming, right? Aw, oh, come on! I'll go ahead and grab a Sybil as well. Alright, well now we're going to get guaranteed cursing in. Possibly multiple curses as well. We only have the one estate. Did I already trash all three of my acolytes? Yeah, I did. Without trashing all three of my estates. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, come on. Get cursed first. Maybe I do still have an acolyte. Maybe because I bought a sorceress, right? Or maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Whatever. We'll find out soon enough. You trash an acolyte. Okay, so I should still have an acolyte. Yeah, if I hit... Once the Sybils are gone, if I hit 3 again, I probably will go ahead and Fairy Treasury. Alright, we'll top deck our Herb Gatherer, I guess. And bottom deck, the estate. It doesn't really matter. Grab 2 more of these things. Top deck. Or let's just top deck a copper. Bottom deck. So a copper, I guess. We can hit province either way. No, that's not true. Maybe we should bottom deck the Acolyte. So I could do something other than province, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just play the Herb Gatherer. I can... Do I have... Do I have another silver or gold? I should have... There's 1 gold in the trash. Yeah, I think I have... Nope. I'm wrong. Okay. Well, let's... So we can either gain a crypt... Or... we could ferry... Treasury. I think I'm gonna ferry Treasury. It's not amazing, but it's something. I don't need necessarily to have gold and silver in my deck in order to hit province. I can use treasuries instead. Gotta be copper. Damn it! Alright. Do we want to trash the Herb Gatherer or play it? I think play it. We'll get rid of the Acolyte later, maybe. Or maybe we will never get rid of it. That's probably more accurate. Because now that all the good stuff is gone. We got double treasury. I think so. What we end up doing is we top deck. Okay, so let's start with the civil. Top deck copper, bottom deck curse, name copper, name copper again. Man, I'd rather have a second Herb Gatherer. Maybe. All it can trash is action and victory cards. I don't want to trash... Yeah... I think second Herb Gatherer is at this point better. Alright, should I take a crypt now? Amazing how badly this whole sorceress thing has gone for me. Could also just take a gold. I mean, my opponent might trash it. I have 2 Herb Gatherers. Let's take the gold. Why is it That's on always top deck. I don't understand. Okay, I was hoping to find another... There we go. My province. You take another treasury. It's dubious, but I think I'm gonna do it. Just makes it easier for me to hit province. Not a lot easier, which is why it's dubious, but... Play the bandit, play the bandit. Do it, do it, do it. They really shouldn't. It's like pretty much all downside at this point, I think. Duchy, okay. Top deck copper. Bottom deck province. I want to see an herb gatherer here. No such luck. That would have been a good... Although, I don't know that I would have hit double province, and I don't know that I would have wanted a duchy, so maybe it doesn't even matter. Feeling pretty good, though, with... We got Sybil, Sorceress combo, and we've got 2 herb gatherers coming up to find the gold that we now have in our discard pile. Multiple golds, even. Maybe, I guess I didn't know at the point where I played the Sybil that I was going to find all those treasuries, because otherwise I could have... Well, I guess bottom decking the gold would have been good enough. Top deck, copper, bottom deck province. I think this doesn't actually matter. We've got the herb gatherer. Yeah. All right. Well, that turned out to be a more fun game than I was expecting it to be. So thanks, Herb Gatherer, for that. Our first player now. All right, so we've got that. 2 favors to Armory non-terminally. Okay. We probably want Masquerade. There's no plus actions other than... No, never mind. That's not plus actions. Yeah, there's just no plus actions here. I think we still want Masquerade. But what are we building towards? Like, Horn Megaturn seems basically impossible to pull off here. Like, I guess if you get enough Elder Blacksmith things and you can draw, but then that doesn't really combo well with Horn of Plenty. Like, I guess if you guess you can go +3 cards +1 action, but you're actually only gaining, like, you're only increasing your hand size by 1 because of playing the Elder. So, yeah. Anvil does not look very good. There's nothing you really want to gain with it. Crafter's Guild kind of has the same problem. So I think mostly the question is, do we want to play with townsfolk, or do we want to just kind of play like a mask money thing? Maybe we mix a Horn of Plenty in just as like a kind of a weak gainer. We could open double mask, I guess, too. But I don't think that's... If we're gonna play mask money, I don't think we need to do that. I think we could just go mask silver and then pick up another mask later. What does townsfolk do for us, really? I don't know. Yeah. Does Elder show? No, Elder's not show. So, like... None of this is choose one. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go mask silver, and... This is gonna be... Like, there are some powerful cards on this board, but I don't really see a way to make them work together. I mean, I guess I could see Bandit being a card to pick up here. What are you doing with Anvil? I don't know. I guess you can get a bunch of townsfolk with it, but... Want to go straight for gold? I'm gonna have... like 3 coins next turn, possibly. No, yeah, definitely 3 coins. So we can pick up another mask. If we do pick up another mask, then getting a bandit right now does not look so good. Okay, I'm just gonna take a gold. Oh, wait, why do we have 4? I had an estate, and then I drew an estate, and I passed estate, you passed estate, I trashed an estate. Yeah, so I did see 2 of my estates. I just can't keep track of things. Right, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Like, I could buy a cavalry, but cavalry just doesn't... I don't know, it doesn't seem like it works here. I think I will buy the second mask. Thinking about Anvil. You have the Anvil in hand. You must be thinking about something like that, because you definitely don't have 3 estates. Anyway, so Bandit... Also, it requires 2 favors, so it's just like irrelevant unless you are... Like, unless you're actually getting a liaison, you just can't do it. So, like, I don't really see why you're concerned about it. So we will potentially want to think about Bandit at some point. Favor Cavalry, Horn of Plenty, Megaturn. Oh. Yeah, no, that doesn't... like it. It is true that with Guildmaster and Cavalry, you could, in theory, get a lot of favors. Although you can only have 1 Guildmaster in play, so not really that many. I mean, you could get... You could create a... As long as you have money, you know, a sustainable reaction where you buy a cavalry, you get 2 favors, you do a thing that costs 2 favors to get a cavalry, which gives you 2 favors, and so on and so forth, if it actually worked, which it doesn't. Pirate. We could consider pirate instead of bandit. It is less terminal than bandit, which is nice. We have 5. If I had 6, I'd just buy another gold, but I don't. So I think I will follow with the pirate. Yar. Oh. Yeah, those. Now, you also info leaked to me that you have a gold, or I mean a pirate, but whatever. I'm still gonna buy a gold. Like, what am I gonna not buy one? Like, come on. I don't actually know that they pre-moved, but that's what I'm assuming. I almost wonder if I shouldn't have reacted. Actually, you know what? I don't want to react. Because I'm going to buy a province anyway. So I want the gold the next turn, not this turn. Like, obviously I need to click on the thing, but actually I don't need to click on the thing, as it turns out. Now we're going to start to have to wonder how often we want to be trashing coppers. Boy, that anvil has not done very anvilish things. I think we're still trashing copper here. Oh. Do we want to keep an estate around? We don't have any gains. Like, we could, right? Like, anvil would solve that problem, but I think I'm going to keep the estate and trash the copper. Trash copper again? Yeah, I guess so. Well, we might have to pass the estate back here. Nope. Okay, so there is a little bit of risk here where my opponent hits province and gains an estate off their anvil. It's not very likely, though. I'm just gonna go. All right. Obviously we're playing the Masquerade, not the Pirate, because we want to hit Duchy. I guess we pass the Mask. If they pass a copper, then we can just win immediately. I don't want this. Now we have to consider whether we're willing to pass a state. They buy Duchy. I think not. We buy duchy, we buy estate. We're still in an okay spot. And meanwhile, if we had passed the estate, we might have lost. Maybe. I don't know. We would have still been able to buy the duchy. Yeah. Oh, that's tie. 0.5, 0.5. I don't know. Maybe I should have passed the estate. It's a 2-point swing is the thing. So like if we pass that and then they buy duchy and they buy pro, I don't know. I can no longer remember it. So whatever. Okay, we don't have thinning here. We do have sifting in the form of both silos and capital city. We have a 5-2, which with no thinning, the crossroads is pretty alright. So I guess that's fine. We're gonna probably open Charlatan, huh? Only plus buy is Herb Gatherer. Wait, just kidding. Yeah, okay, we can fairly safely ignore that tile initially. I mean, Sorceress might still be pretty relevant, but well, no. I mean, with Charlatan, it should be fine to not worry about that either. Sadly, Silos cannot discard versus. Yeah, we're gonna get a Charlatan Crossroads, and we want to get a bunch of capital cities. We're gonna want to get some envoys, and we're gonna get some collections. We're gonna try to actually draw. We're gonna want to get silos. I don't think potion is the way to go here. I think that just it's going to be more straightforward to draw with capital city, envoy, and throne room than trying to do it with potion as well. I don't think we ever get Piazza because it's just too unlikely to actually hit. I wonder if you can. I have pre-moves turned off after people have been talking about like the whole like the pre-move wheel and all that stuff. And I didn't want to deal with it, but I wonder if you can pre-move auto buy. If I were to add pre-moves on, could I click on Charlatan and have that just work? I don't know. Let's see. Looks like maybe. We need to watch this nice animation. We wait. If I had a 4-3, da 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 da. Would I open potion? I don't think so. This is kind of exciting. Maybe that's a reason to leave pre-moves on. Much more fun with auto buy than not. Okay, 4. Yeah, silos is probably the pickup here. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Okay, we probably don't discard anything with silos here, and we just play the crossroads to draw those 2 cards. Right. I had my fun. I'm turning it back off. I don't want to do something on accident. But yeah, if I had a 4-3, I mean, opening with silos probably doesn't make sense. But I don't know, maybe it would. This is pretty close to ideal draws, honestly. Like, getting the silos before we see the crossroads. Having the crossroads, find estates. I mean, not that getting the silos before the crossroads mattered in this, like, as this played out, but it very easily could have mattered. Like, could have been unfortunate if we'd seen, like, you know, crossroads and some coppers, not been able to silos them away, sort of thing. All right, so I think it's just Capital City to start. Yes, yes, look at this. This is too good. And then I might go for a collection next. I might, like, with silos, a crossroads, and Capital City, I might have enough sifting to justify that. I think I would like to have some plus buy, and I would like to start getting points for that. You could definitely argue for another Capital City or for an Envoy. I think I'm going to go for the collection now. It could easily be too early. We will see. I think we go. We don't want to trigger a shuffle, although actually it wouldn't be that bad because there would just be a bunch of coppers on top that we silos away anyway. But still, probably prefer not to. The question is, do we play Capital City first to try to find estates with the crossroads? And I think the answer is yes. We're going to discard 2 that, and then we're going to do that. We're going to do that, and we find the charlatan. Brilliant. And 7 is admittedly 1 coin short of where I'd really prefer to be. I might actually... Do I want a second crossroads? That's interesting. Maybe I do. We could go Capital City Crossroads. We are rather crushing the curse split here. I mean, 3 isn't so many, but we've not seen our opponent make an effort to try to get a cursor of their own. Okay, I think one more capital city, and then we're gonna try to get some envoy stuff going. Maybe another collection. We did unfortunately see two of our estates without seeing either of our crossroads. That was pretty unlikely. Our opponent is getting a lot of alchemists because the herb gatherer is finding the potion, and they're getting to top deck them, so that is pretty good. They have to find the herb gatherer for that to work. They have silos as well, so you know, I mean, it's pretty effective. I think I still pretty handily prefer my position, but there is some real synergy there. So we are definitely going to end up triggering a shuffle this turn. I guess that's fine. Should be fine. I mean, I suppose we don't have to trigger a shuffle. We could. We're going to see a crossroads and an estate. We could just discard those for money. Like the capital city as well. We're not going to have very much money if we do that, though. I think I would prefer... two crossroads down here. I mean, it could definitely be correct to just discard, buy, maybe just buy a throne room. Is that better than envoy? So if we keep going, we don't want to do it with the capital city. This capital city, we play another one. We know we get to draw like a minimum of 3 cards out of 7 coppers plus a charlatan plus 2 estates. If we see the estates, that's all to the good. If we don't, yeah, I think we're just going to go discard actions. Yeah, that was not the best of shuffles, but let's grab that envoy. Well, hopefully we can find something here. It's actually kind of remarkable that opponent has managed to find the herb gatherer every turn here. Okay. Here we go. So we know. When do you discard? Those are both of my estates. So what we want to do is go crossroads and then capital city. Do that. Action. Oh, no. Not end actions. Just don't discard. Okay. Might be time for another collection. And another envoy. I think just take another capital city. I mean, I was thinking about throne room. I think I'm going to do this. We can spend the charlatan coins for more draw if we want here. Aha! You didn't find the herb gatherer, but you did find the potion. Okay. Well. Yeah, ultimately, we can just kind of build and build and build and build here because of the collection, so... No, they invested in the charlatan. Crossroads first, probably not. I think what we do is we play charlatan now, and then we do this. We say we're gonna do that. That was underwhelming. Third crossroads. Yeah. We could take a gladiator, I guess. We kind of have a lot of terminal space. Do we want envoy or do we want throne room? I think I want throne room. Yeah, I'll take a gladiator. It's worth a point. This time I'm going to play the crossroads first. We have seen 1 copper this shuffle. No, we've seen 3 coppers. We drew the last 2 right at the end. Every time. Find the potion. I don't mean for that to sound like complaining. It's just because, like, I think I'm winning anyway, but, you know, for one thing. And I don't actually know how likely or unlikely it is. I'm not really keeping that close of track, but it does seem surprising at the very least. At the very least. Why do you want a gladiator? I don't understand. I think we're not going to be looking at trigger a shuffle here. So, do we have the envoy down here? We do, right? So maybe we don't even want to play this capital city. I only have 6 coins, though. 50-50 shot that we draw the envoy. We could also just go ahead and trigger the shuffle. It's not ridiculous. Yeah, let's do it. That's a... Presumably you'll discard my crossroads, but that's fine. We want to draw those last 2 cards because in there is the charlatan. So I think we discard you to do that. Yeah. So we can gladiator the collection. No, you don't have. Okay. I don't really care about sorceress at this point. I want 1 more collection. Kinda do. Yeah, if I'm playing charlatan every turn, which I pretty much have been, that actually, like, should in theory keep pace with the alchemist buys. Right? Alchemist, you know, draw 1 more card every turn than you were before, but you have 1 more stop card to get through. Do we want to cycle these? I think we do. Let's play the envoy. I don't know what you discard here, actually. Probably Capital city? Okay. Do we want to throne the capital city, or do we want to throne possibly the crossroads? We did already discard an estate, so it'd be nice to throne an envoy, but no, doesn't make sense to do that now. I think we might as well play the crossroads now. I'm gonna tell you, this is actually a pretty darn interesting deck to pilot. Okay, triggering a shuffle. What all have we discarded here? Copper, estate, and copper estate. So that's 3 cards. 2 coppers. That's 5 cards. A capital city, which is not a stop card. 7 stop cards. We do have another crossroads down there. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Rip Charlatan, maybe? Uh-huh. Okay. We can probably get there. Gladiator, Capital City? I don't think you have any of that. By fortune. I think we just do this. We do that. Do that. Woo! Man, that was fun. It was like that deck was really doing more things than I was expecting it to do. But Capital City's a good card. It's a good card. That's the situation. All right, so we've got Cemetery is the trashing. We can Mountain Folk to draw 3 cards. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, there's also Bonfire. Huh. Mountain Folk. So we can either like try to get tempo out of that or save it for a dud, I guess, are the 2 options. This looks like a without the Forum errata. This is a single buy board outside of Forum. There's some lurker rogue synergy, I guess, where you can like lurk something into the trash and then rogue it back out. I mean, obviously you can just use another lurker too, but anyway. Bonfire Devil's Workshop. Gain a card costing up to 4, which could be a cemetery. You can trash that. Well, maybe Importer Devil's Workshop is actually better. That would involve not using the Mountain Folk. Yeah, I think I'm down for that. We are going to want to get Lurker and or Rogue at some point, probably. But I think Importer to start. Go straight for Lost City? Makes it more likely our opponent gets off a good cemetery trash. We could draw and potentially buy something and still get off a good cemetery trash if we find the Devil's Workshop. If we don't find that and or the importer, though, they both miss the shuffle. It's more likely that we don't find them than that we do. Yeah. I don't know about that. Okay, I think we're gonna Mountain Folk here. Get the importer into play. Is it 5 favors for 3 cards? How is plus 3 cards as good as an extra turn? I will never understand that. Never ever. Yeah, we would really like to buy 1 card here and then take a cemetery. Although, depending on what we see, we see the Third Estate. That's the situation where we really want to be taking cemetery, I think. And Devil's Workshop for gold makes sense. Okay. So, do we want to get another importer? I think yes. Although, we could take a lurker and then we get to trash a 4th card. I think getting the other importer is going to be better anyway. Rogue, huh? So we could consider taking one of those as well. We could also just take another Lost City. Taking another Lost City makes it very likely we get our other importer into play and find our Devil's Workshop as well, which I do like. Forum would also do the trick, but isn't as good a card in our deck long term, so I guess I'll take the Lost City. Well, never mind. We could Bonfire. Take a gold. We could... Wait, we've already gained a card. Right. Okay. So we could take an imp. We buy something. What would we want to buy? Could go ahead and get a lurker. I think I'm good with that. Anything that we get rogued here will... Okay, well. Do we want to trigger a shuffle here? Like, we could just play Importer and Bonfire. I think I like that more than triggering the shuffle. Importer will miss the shuffle anyway, but the Lost City. Well, I mean, what's the worst that happens? We cycle through whatever bad cards if we draw them regardless. Yeah, actually, I think it. Okay, so could bonfire and take a gold. I think I like that. Rogue attacks, there's a good chance it's going to hit my Lost City, which will be annoying. We get to lurk it back. Oh. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we probably want to get a rogue of our own now. The importer. There we go. So we can do the same thing. I mean, we could gamble on doing it the other direction, but I don't think that really makes sense. I guess the question is, would we rather take the rogue now and then take a Lost City at the start of our next turn, or do it the other way around? I think it makes sense to do it now. Okay, so we could Cemetery again. We could buy Rogue. We could buy Forum Lurker. It's not unreasonable. Yeah, I kind of like Forum Lurker, I think. Well, we found a lot of our stop cards. That we did. And none of our actions. That's particularly annoying because, well, I mean, you're going to get to lurk it back, so I guess it doesn't actually matter. Or rogue it back, whatever. We'll draw a card. Maybe that'll save my turn. I mean, come on, you know you're gonna take the the Lost City back. Go ahead and do it. And I guess there's a question of whether you want to like lurk it back or play. Yeah. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What? What is this? Ugh. I want a bonfire and take a gold. We want to. Oh, we're gonna gain a card from importer. That doesn't make sense anyway. Unfortunately, Forum Lurker doesn't look so great now that I already have 2 Lurkers. I guess I can trash 3 coppers by buying a cemetery. That's not too bad. But, man, what a terrible turn. There's a rogue in the trash. So, we're not going to be subject to too much in the way of attacks. Especially if you play rogue first rather than lurker first, which is what I would have expected. I'm not sure if I want to use my lurkers to gain another rogue or another lost city. You gonna go for province here? Really makes some sense. I guess there's also the question of whether I even should play the lurkers before the shuffle. I probably should. I mean, it sort of anti-synergizes with the rogues, right? Because I would ideally want to set up the rogue with the lurker. I have 1 rogue. They have 3. So it doesn't, I guess it doesn't really work anyway. Yeah, it's just all messed up. Oh, you're going for Forum Importer? Does allow you to gain an imp. If I'm not going to province this turn, and if I'm going to lurk something that my rogue is then going to gain, then it's fine to trigger the shuffle first. So I think I'm just going to do that. Okay. Actually, it looks like we can draw it. No, we have to discard 2 cards. Are we ever taking a ghost here? I don't know. Like, we could consider it with this, like, rather than playing the second importer, play 1 importer and then discard the other one for a ghost. That's not unreasonable. Okay. Do it like this then. I guess. Imp playing lurker to trash rogue. Imp playing rogue to gain rogue. I guess we want to see whether we draw the other one first. Okay. We guess we can play the importer. Think about it. Yeah, what we want to do is attack with this rogue. Then... Wait, I thought about that all wrong. Yeah, I totally thought about that all wrong. Oh well. Right, so we buy cemetery. We trash 2 cemeteries and a haunted mirror. And having cemeteries in the trash is going to change the way rogue works, so that's worth... Okay, and now we still got a copper in our deck, which I had forgotten, but that actually works out pretty well because if we have 2 rogues, a gold, and a copper, we can province. I mean, presumably we can get more than 2 rogues anyway, but... But that's roughly the plan. Yeah, rogue is unlikely to be able to attack going forward because the cemeteries are in the way. Like rogue gains forum, rogue gains cemetery, and then you're done. I mean, I guess you can lurk the forum and then gain 2 cemeteries and then attack, but that's still not as bad. And do you want to gain the cemeteries? Probably not, so you probably were better off putting stuff into the trash with the lurker instead. There is going to be pile out risk involving like some combination of importer gains, lurker trashing, and maybe forum buys, but it's not very close. Like rogue can't really contribute to it, and nobody has too much money. So yeah, it's probably not even worth thinking about too much. I think I'm actually going to take a 3rd rogue here off my importer rather than a lost city, because even though I want the draw, if I can get to the rogue this turn, that's more beneficial than getting to a lost city. And then if I gain lost city in my, like later in my turn, I can ghost it. You do not have enough money for province, which is nice. Okay, so we might as well play the forum, I guess. Well, no, that's not true. No, we should play the lurker. So what we want to do is, let's see, trash, one cemetery, one lost city. What we want to do is end up with a lost city that's not in our hand, right? We can, I guess we can forum discard the lost city though. Actually, okay. So if we lurk another lost city and then rogue them both. Yeah, this is... We are short in action. I think it doesn't matter, though. I think it doesn't matter. Because we can still hit province. Without playing this rogue. All we would gain off of that is a cemetery anyway. I guess we would rather ghost the imp, would we? No. No, I don't think so. I mean, we would get to play... It's. I think we get end up with more actions this way. I'm not totally positive about that, but... I guess there's a world where our opponent has rogued all of the cemeteries and is able to win based on the cemetery points, but I have to think that having all those cemeteries in their deck is going to be worse than not having them as we move into the greening phase. I've also got the importer advantage, so I can gain duchies with that. Speaking of which... I don't think it's time to start doing that just yet. I think we're better off gaining maybe one more rogue, and then also cartographers and forums. Probably more so forum than cartographer. I guess there's also advisor. That does increase hand size. You gonna take the last lost city? I think so. cemetery instead, or what? Oh no. I'm gonna use the restroom while they're doing stuff. Okay, so what changed? They did trash the last lost city, gain it, and they trashed a gold? Why? Seems strange. Okay, so we can get another card. Lusting up to 5. Do we want it to be another rogue? I think so. Might as well play these lost cities since we can't imp them. So we're gonna gain that gold. That's fine. And then let's see what the... Okay. Don't really want a second Devil's Workshop, I don't think. I guess I sort of have to take it. Well, okay, I mean, I could lurk something. Is that what I want to do? Owls are pretty low now. There's not really like a fast way to gain cemeteries, though. That is something to keep in mind. What we might actually want is another importer or 2. So let's imp, lurker, trash that. Gain it. I'm gonna play this importer so I can keep track of my actions here. And then we can lurk another one. Lurker trash, gain, draw. It's 4 actions, 3 actions, 2 actions, 1 action, 0 action, right? So the 4 actions we're gonna play are another rogue, another imp, and then 2 importers. Right. Oh, we can play Forum as well, actually. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. We do have enough for Forum province. It's nice. We don't have the ghost this turn. We might be over-imped. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We have 3 importers in play, so we should be capable of ending the game if we want to. On like cemeteries, possibly, or we just gain a bunch of duchies. I don't really know. We'll see. Would have been nice if we'd gotten a better trash in on our opponent, but c'est la vie. So I guess ending on cemeteries probably won't work. 3 importers isn't enough. We would need a 4th. I mean, we could buy it, but then we aren't buying a province, so seems like a problem. I mean, if our rogue manages to hit something good, then maybe. Right, if it hits one of their cemeteries. But we wouldn't know that at the time that we were playing the importers, so that doesn't necessarily help. Yeah, I don't think we can necessarily risk that. I think we're just going to take a bunch of duchies. Bye-bye Devil's Workshop. Kind of funny that we both flipped that. Definitely don't mind losing that at this point. I have plenty of imps. Plenty. Maybe I should have taken an advisor at some point just to have another imp target, but I don't know when that would have been. I guess if for some reason my opponent doesn't buy a province, then we can just go for the cemetery pile out, but that surely they will, in fact, buy a province. Surely. They do have 1, 2 more rogues, so I guess they can get something else from me. I think I have 4 and they have 5. Wait, I only have 3? Or did I, maybe, yeah, I think I just didn't play one of them. Do you have the draw to get more of those in play? I guess you probably do. You have some forms. However, you lower the importers enough, then pile out on importers and rogues becomes possible for me. Now, whether I'll be able to get enough points that way, I'm not sure. But actually, maybe cemeteries. No. That doesn't work. There would need to be one cemetery gone. Very close. Okay, so we buy province. We're down by 2 points. We take a duchy. As well, we're up by 1 point. Duchies won't pile with each of us gaining 3 of them. Our opponent will be able to pile on rogues and importers if we don't take enough points, but if we do take enough points, they won't. Cemeteries. We take a losing tie unless we get a rogue hit. Like, we could take 3 cemeteries, buy a 4th cemetery, that's 8 points. And then, like, lurk or trash as a rogue. But we're first players, so we lose on the tie unless we hit one of our rogues hits one of their cemeteries. I mean, that is honestly worth considering. And they'll have that line available to them as well. That's also worth considering. If I take 3 duchies in a province, I'm at 27 points, which is not enough to defend against a cemetery pileout. So it might actually be the best line for me to just gamble on that, on like a good rogue hit. I mean, although, is there any such thing as a good? Oh yeah, if we flip like a lurker or an imp with the card in question, that would have to be it. Or I don't know that they still have any copper, but yeah, they don't. They have 2 lurkers, and I don't know how many imps they have. It's not terribly likely. They're certainly not going to dud. They could, like, I guess they could fail to find a lurker and to be able to, like, trash the rogue. But yeah, the 8 points that they get from the cemeteries is going to be too much. So yeah, I think taking 3 cemeteries is in fact the play. What are the other options? So if we were, what if we go double importer duchy, right? That's just better, right? 2 importers and a duchy, and we lurker, trash, rogue, and importer, and we buy a province and we just win. Yeah, that was, so they did lower too much. Or, well, I mean, we can go rogue, importer, duchy, whatever. All right, so we're, yeah, I think that's the line. Rogue, importer, duchy, imp, playing Lost City. We do actually have to buy a province. Imp, playing lurker to trash that. Yeah, what? Oh, okay. It took me a while to spot too, so don't feel too bad. I was thinking about it while they were lowering those piles, and then I was like, oh, wait, what about these other things? And then I got distracted looking at those other things, and I should have just stayed focused on that one. All right, so we have a 2-5. We can advance a sleigh. Do we open Butcher or Old Witch? There's no villages. We can play Old Witch with Chameleon to avoid... No, we don't care about Terminal Collision because we're just going to advance the sleigh anyway. Or at least we can. So I think we prefer Old Witch a little bit. We will want to get a Butcher. We will want to get a Steward. It's going to be awkward. But yeah, I think it's Slay, Old Witch. We plan to advance the Slay to a Butcher. Although, doing it immediately is not necessarily, like, amazing, but we are going to want to get a Steward to trash Copper, I think. Which we can then always Butcher or advance, so that's not a big deal. There's not really going to be any draw here. Like, I mean, there's terminal draw, but really going to take some guides to try to alleviate. I don't know. Maybe you don't get Steward. I don't know. It's like on a 4-3, I'm definitely taking a Steward in the opening here, but because I have the 5-2, it's less clear how it fits in. Well, all right. I guess we're taking the Steward now, and I'm maybe I actually just play the Slay here because, like, advancing it into like a butcher just adds terminals to the deck. I think I'm gonna play Slate by Guide. And here I'm gonna Chameleon the Old Witch, I think. Do we take the Butcher already? Oh, Slay. You can. Would you like to top deck your curse? I guess you actually might in the case of Old Witch, because, you know. Yeah. The thing I'm realizing about Advance is that in a lot of cases we don't actually want like another copy of whatever. I mean, like we could be like, oh, let's see if we can get some hirelings, maybe, but I don't know. That seems unlikely to work out very well. Like the other terminals, there's too many other good terminals to play with. All in all, a very awkward situation. Turns out maybe I would have drawn mostly or all copper if I had played that Old Witch normally, but I was definitely afraid of drawing Steward dead. I did surely avoid that fate, if nothing else. We have some horses down here, it occurs to me. It occurs to me we have not seen either of our horses yet. Triggering a shuffle. It's going to be interesting. Interesting decision to make. I think I'm just going to take a silver here. I sure don't think Conspirator... Well, I could take another guide. We haven't seen the... Oh, no, we just bought... No, we didn't. We did shuffle the guide in. Dang, wow, okay. Yeah, actually, second guide. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to play the guide, and we're going to draw a horse. So maybe we Chameleon the guide, so that we don't draw the horse. Yeah. Do we want to also Chameleon the horse? I think I'm just going to trash and leave the horse in my deck. I guess I don't really want to advance it. Right. I think we want to get through this shuffle. I think I'm going to play the horses normally. Like, we've got the terminal collision that we didn't want. Granted, we could end up drawing into the Steward as well, but... I don't know. If we draw, like, an estate, we might play the Butcher instead. Guiding this hand can't possibly make sense. Because it's got most of our good cards in it. Okay, we've managed to not draw the Steward. So I think I'm going to stop here. The question is, do I want to Butcher an estate? Or do I want to... Like, I could play Old Witch's Chameleon and buy a gold. I think this is actually better. Here we'll just trash. I don't think Conspirator is any good. It's gonna be so hard to activate it. Now, I think I will go ahead and advance the Slay. I think the best card to get another copy of is another Butcher. You can always Butcher the Butcher. I think I'll keep this and trash again. I've got the opportunity. Might be close to done with the old witch now. I mean, we could guide, but getting 2 more coppers out seems quite nice. That's a lot of guiding for having 7 cards in your deck. I wonder what happened. I guess it's possible that what you wanted was to have the guides in your deck for some reason, but instead of on the tavern mat, but I wouldn't think so. I don't know. It's just like a very specific configuration of cards that you wanted. I think our opponents probably got their deck under enough control that the old witch isn't doing too much. Oh, but they don't have the steward anymore. Oh no, they do. They got another steward. I see. Okay. When did that happen? I don't remember it. Oh, you opened Double Steward. Okay, that would do it. That would do it. That's a pretty reasonable opening. In fact, yeah, I don't see much reason to do otherwise other than maybe you could argue for Steward Guide, but seems totally sensible. That doesn't... Oh, I see. I think I see the plan. You call Guide every turn so that you can have guides in your deck to activate Conspirators. Yeah, that seems way more trouble than I would be interested in going to. Alright, so here we're going to, I think, butcher... We could just butcher the old witch into a gold. Probably it's better to butcher the estate. The thing about this plan is as soon as you start adding green to your deck, it's not really going to work anymore. You're going to end up... I mean, you're going to... Because you have to call the guides, right? Regardless of whether your hand is good or not. So it doesn't... I mean, I guess if you have enough guides, maybe. Do we want to play this horse? We probably do. Probably didn't. Whoops. Or just take a silver. Annoying, because I would rather have a gold. Right? But I guess this is fine. I wonder if I should just... Well... I could just take province here. Just buy it, I mean. Next turn we butcher the old witch. So many guides. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have 8 guides and you only need to call 2 of them per turn mandatorily, then, you know, kind of works out. Actually, maybe I called guide here. Because like, I don't really want all of this stuff in my hand together. Like, I want to butcher the old witch, but I want to see one of my golds. Well, although what I could do is butcher old witch into gold and advance steward into butcher, or even hireling actually. I like that actually. Advance into hireling. I sure don't know what is happening. Why did this get turned back on? Oh, you still had a curse. Huh. Alright, we'll definitely guide this. Wait, did you fail to find your stuff, or what? What happened here? We just go straight for province. Yeah, I think we do. So we can buy a province here without calling a guide. We could do better than that if we do call the guide, though. Potentially. Although Butcher does not get us a province. No, it does, because we have 2 coffers stored. But we don't have our golds down there. I mean, if we take province, like... we take province... the best they can do is double province. We still have an estate. They don't, and they have no way to gain an additional card beyond 2 provinces. So I think we're in good shape to just take the province here. Yeah? Am I missing something? Let's see how. You butcher province to province and buy province if they don't take province, and if they do take province, then we can play butcher and buy province. Either way. Yeah, I think this is guaranteed. Keeping that estate around, which I definitely did not plan around. Worked out. Yeah, I've got like exact money here, which is funny. I mean, I would be able to call the guide if I didn't, but there'd be no guarantee at that point. I would see the right cards. No guarantee. If I was looking at butcher instead of province, I would not have other. I would not have be able to get the second province. Well, that was pretty efficient, I would say. All right. Cannot complain about how this match has gone so far. I probably could have won the game that I tied, but whatever. Like I said, can't complain. Well, this is interesting. We're obviously monkeying. But we've got a 5-3 in which we cannot get a fisherman on the 3 hand. So what does that mean? Would we rather have junk dealer or modify? Is there any way that we take fisherman plus something else rather than a 5 cost? That can't be correct, can it? Would we possibly prefer priest? I don't think so. What are we ultimately trying to do here? We play a bunch of scrying pools, fishermen, merchants, a silver. That's a very reliable deck. There's no villages, so you can play 1 tragic hero or 1 modify as a gainer, or like gainer as a remodel, or 1 monkey, but can't. That's it. I think. And then, like, what are we getting on the 3 hand? Maybe we're just taking silver in anticipation of having some merchants. You could see that. I do think we're going to want some scrying pools, because I think it's going to be, like, when we get into the greening phase, we're going to need that to be reliable. We don't need a ton of scrying pools. But yeah, I think junk dealer is the way initially. But I will say that we probably do want modify more than any of the other. Oh, there's Necropolis. We can play 2 terminals. Right. Okay. Well, that makes me even more think modify is gonna be something that we want. Wow. All right. Guess we take Fisherman Poachman, whatever. Potion. Is it possibly correct to trash Hovel instead of Overgrown Estate here so that we can hit only 3 because we don't need to hit 4? Probably not. Well, I guess if it's between Hovel and Overgrown Estate, we might as well. Because we're not going to take a green card. Yeah, actually, we totally should do that. Actually, if we draw, we're going to draw a copper anyway. No, maybe we do trash Overgrown Estate so that we can buy Modify. Yeah. Yeah. Double Priest. That seems like a lot for this board. Well, there's Toil. Oh. There's Toil. Well, there's... I totally overlooked that. That is totally a village. Okay. Well... So you could try to do some kind of crazy Priest Megaturn thing with... Though you need a lot of fodder for that. I don't know... don't know if that really works, because the buys are legitimately limited. So I don't think I'm gonna worry about that too much. But yeah, I want the modify for the gains, ultimately at least. Though well, we can actually modify copper into fishermen, so that's already pretty good. Huh. Yeah, and then we take a merchant. Yeah. We haven't found our potion yet. Unfortunate. If we do draw it here, it's going to be kind of awkward because we're going to have 5 in a potion. But I don't think there's any way it makes sense. Like, we could, if we played Fisherman as Monkey, I don't think that would do anything of value anyway. Getting a second junk dealer seems like overkill. We could end up drawing the Necropolis, in which case still play Monkey, and we can actually go double Merchant. That wouldn't be too bad. Well, we found the potion. Let's grab ourselves a scrying pool. Now we've also got the question. I guess, I mean, we'll see what we draw with the Fisherman. We're going to have the question of, do we want to play Modify to gain a Fisherman, or do we want to play, like, Necropolis as Monkey and then kind of do it that way? Okay, so if we play Necropolis, we can modify Hovel into... Well, the Necropolis is just irrelevant. But I think we're better off. doing level into fisherman and taking a merchant, then drawing a card with the modify. We would have trouble doing better that turn anyway. We'd have to find the potion. Not so likely of a thing to happen. Surely you want to take, yeah, from that. Oh, oops. Maybe I didn't want to trigger this shuffle. I should have played Junk Dealer rather than just not thinking about that. Too late now. Yeah, now we don't. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have toiled. I should have not played the merchant and then toiled it as monkey or something. I don't know. Whatever. Could have gotten myself a buy. There was a way. Was a way, and I did not utilize it. Could have definitely, yeah, could have definitely done better there. Gotten another fisherman, something. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Whorehouse. That does not seem worthwhile. Okay, so if we play Necropolis, modify Copper into Fisherman, and then play Merchant as Monkey, we have 5 coins and 2 buys, and we can't actually... Yeah, so I think instead, play the Merchant normally. Do this. If I want to get a Fisherman, I need to top deck this. Am I okay with that? I think I'm... Well... No. Yeah, because something like this might happen. We might find our potion. Okay, so now I think we still want to play this normally. So I guess I guess we can trip the modify. And monkey this. Scrying pool. Do we just take province at this point? We do. At some point we can modify the junk dealer. We modify it into a hunting grounds and then modify the hunting grounds into a province and gain a duchy. That's actually pretty good. And in the meantime, we can play hunting grounds as monkey as one of our terminals, which isn't like the most exciting thing, but honestly, it's probably better than tragic hero. So it's fine. I think I'm actually pretty ahead here. The 5-2 probably. Well, wait. I mean, who was the monkey? We had a 5-3. It was the monkey that allowed us to do that. But they may have had a 4-4. The double priest opening is weird to me, but I mean, with Toil it does work, but it doesn't cycle. And I feel like the extra money here is pretty inconsequential because all the stuff you want is cheap. Cycling of junk dealer is better. I mean, not that they had the option, presumably. I don't know how they would have. Or a house into merchant. You don't actually have a silver. So merchant's not really doing anything for you, but still not getting in the way, at least. What is the point of that? What? You can buy 2 poor houses? I guess. Odd. Okay. Well, we didn't manage to top deck a bad card for them. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna go merchant. We're gonna junk. So this is gonna be 5. We need to play the Necropolis to turn the copper into a fisherman and actually get value out of it. Maybe it's better to trash the junk dealer now. Versus trashing it, because we can keep modifying coppers into fishermen. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't actually hit province, though. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we do junk dealer. We modify copper. Five, 6. Modify copper into fisherman, and then we toil the necropolis to get the buy. Go scrying pool. Do we want another modify, or do we want another merchant? Or, well, I guess we can take fisherman at 5. I think I'll stick with the 1 modify and grab another fisherman. Wow. You actually have no treasures left. Okay. Yeah, and this turn we go modify junk dealer into hunting grounds. don't understand the point of getting those poor houses just to trash them. Also, don't you have some like fishermen and merchants and things? Like what? What's going on? What's going on? Our goal is to hit 10. Are we actually going to hit 10? We had like 8p before we bought Toil. We did add 2 fishermen to that. We are going to lose the junk dealer. So maybe we don't. So if we can hit 8p without modifying the junk dealer, or like not 8p, but like 10p or something. Like maybe what we end up wanting to do is hold off on for a turn or something. So they are going for this priest megaturn thing. I don't really believe in it, but we'll see if they can manage something. Seems to me like it's overcomplicating things because there's just not enough gains. But be interested to see. You're only right now netting 2 coins per, like you. Okay, the hunting grounds will give you extra fodder. But like, now you have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I guess top deck that. I don't know that you're any kind of way going to fail to draw. Am I going to fail to draw? Apparently. Alright, well, that's probably okay. I can. We modify the junk dealer into a hunting grounds. We'll have enough coins for, yeah, I think. Scrying pool, merchant. Given that our opponent is going for some kind of crazy nonsense, it doesn't feel as bad to not take a province that turn. I mean, maybe it is. It just doesn't feel like it because I don't feel like it's not going to be a province back and forth type of situation. They only have 3 priests, so they still don't have, like, they're still not going to gain that much money per, like, you get the 3 priests in play, you get 6 coins per trash, but then you're toiling 2 of those coins away. I get that the ramp there is not that fast. I may well modify province into province this turn. Just because I think accelerating the end of the game has value for me. Although now that I'm looking at the pile situation, I'm not that far off from a pile out, and if they keep buying poorhouses, no. I mean, obviously we can't buy more than one scrying pool per turn, so like no matter what they do, we're not going to be able to end the game like on our next turn if they don't buy a scrying pool. But if they do, depending on if they gain any fishermen, which they probably won't actually. But I can be lowering piles and scoring and making it hard for them to get everything together that they need. What do you actually need to make this work? Because the thing is, you not only need to play the priests, trash cards, play more cards to trash cards, you also then need to toil the monkeys. It's a lot. It's just a lot. You need to have a lot of stuff, and you just, like, because you need all those buys to either be getting the fodder or for the trashing or to, like, buy the provinces that are going to be your Megaturn thing. And so you need, for like any given number of priests, you need that many cards to trash, plus, like, well, I mean, the number of buys you need depends, but you could say roughly, you know, you need to toil as many cards as you want provinces -1 if you're going for, you know, if that's, you know, you're trying to end the game on provinces. You have to toil the priests themselves too, to some extent. I mean, you get, you know, can get 2 priest plays before that, but I don't know. It just seems very hard. And then, like, because you're shoving all these poorhouses into your deck, you could also just dud. I don't know how many scrying pools they have, but let's see. Well, I didn't see my whole deck. Well, I'm not going to be able to tell from looking at this because they... Okay, they're going to draw. If they have a scrying pool in their starting hand, they draw it. Like, it doesn't matter at that point. But if they don't, right, which is... They've added 2 scrying pools. So they have at least 3. Maybe they have 4. But they don't have all the cantrips, right? They have 1 merchant and a modify. I guess the hunting grounds, if you line it up with the Necropolis, can also do the trick. Looks like they are going to take another scrying pool. Yeah, so like right now they have 7 cards. Oh, they have the potion. So they could... I mean, they can always discard it if it's the top card. And then, like, there's no way that they, like, play a scrying pool and then, like, hit potion in such a way that they still fail to draw, probably. That doesn't seem really possible. But anyway, I guess modify can gain you cards that you're trashing, so it's like steady state-er, so it helps with the gains problem. But I don't know, like, it's still, like, there's still, it's still hard for them to even get to double province this way. And if and when they do that, that's going to cut down on the number of gains. So, like, I don't know that it actually works to just stop at double province, but anyway. What is the game plan here? Are you just gonna buy all those poorhouses? I feel like, yeah, if you buy Scrying Pool and 4 poorhouses, mine. Well, they can't end the game on piles either if I don't buy a Scrying Pool, but yeah, they have to be pretty likely to dud at this point. That's a good start. Yeah, we'll leave the priest on top. Okay, so we might as well play 4 fishermen and 2 merchants for all the difference that's going to make. So we could, I was saying, you know what we could do is mid-turn gain a potion. I don't think we can get all those fishermen, but it's something to keep in mind for going forward. Although, maybe with toiling, that doesn't change the cost much. You toil the scrying pool, you draw the fishermen. They cost less, but you've spent 2 coins to do it, so it doesn't really make much difference. I mean, we could go ahead and modify the hunting grounds into a province. If we have 2 provinces and a duchy, I mean, the downside is just we have the extra green in our deck, and I don't. It's hard for me to envision a way where my opponent is ending the game and that. So what we could also do is like modify like merchant into fisherman, just to lower the fisherman without lowering the scrying pools. But then again, let's just, can we double province? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not really. 11. So we can just go like merchant province. Maybe it's just simpler to do that. Not even play the modify. Or maybe with 2 monkeys we can actually get like fisherman merchant province. We cannot get fisherman merchant province. So now the question is, do we take the scrying pool? It sets ups up for the win. In theory, it also sets them up for the win. I don't really believe in their deck's ability to ramp to that point, though. I think I will take the scrying pool. Maybe if I was going to do that, I should have trashed the hunting grounds to take a 3rd province, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not sufficiently scared. Well, they haven't immediately played a scrying pool, so that's a good sign. Unless they... No, the BRB was earlier. Last turn. Yeah, if they don't have a scrying pool in hand, well, and or like Necropolis plus Hunting Grounds or something like that, then we should be just winning. Oh, I guess you can maybe toil your way out of it. Well, they trash the potion, so they can't end the game anyway. Well, I guess in theory they could end it on like fishermen and merchants, but like not really. They also now can't trash hunting grounds into province or try, and you know, not to mention gaining the duchy really limits their options. I'm pretty sure their deck just doesn't work. So if we can hit 12 and 3 buys again, and also modify into fisherman, we win. Actually, we don't even. No. We don't even need 12. We need 9. First buy only costs 2. That should be pretty straightforward. Actually, I didn't think about this last turn, but you could modify Scrying Pool into Scrying Pool, I guess. And then you don't need the potion. Now, since I have the potion and there's only one Scrying Pool left, there's not really any reason to do it that way, but if anything, we'd probably go Scrying Pool into Fisherman, since Scrying Pool doesn't generate money. And trashing Hunting Grounds gives us a duchy, which we actively don't want, because it potentially makes it more annoying to buy Fisherman for 2. But I mean, I think it's all going to be doable regardless of which path we take. I do think like I can kind of see the path given enough time for what they're doing to work. I think the problem that they had is that they were buying the poorhouses instead of like coppers because they're action cards and the scrying pool can draw them, but it also lowers piles, and that is like that's sort of their doom here. If they weren't lowering piles, they could have given themselves more time. Although, granted, it wouldn't be too long before I could empty on like Scrying Pool, Fisherman, Merchant. And then there's also just like, it's not even clear to me that they would get this build up and running before I could take like 5-6 provinces. Plus the like Hunting Grounds Duchy, and be at a point where it's, you know, pretty insurmountable lead. I mean, in theory, this build, I guess, could get a lot of duchies when it does make a turn, but still. So I guess dudding here, what it really does is costs money. Like, you know, well, you still have to have some card that draws in your deck, so like, or in your hand. So like, if they hadn't had the Hunting Grounds, then they wouldn't have been able to have the turn, and that's why they played the Priest first, so they could have the money to toil the hunting grounds. Well, I guess they had the Toil, the poorhouse first, but like it cost them a fair amount of money. The fact that they didn't start with the scrying pool, because if they had started with the scrying pool, they play the scrying pool, they draw the deck. That's 2 coins saved. The then they can play Necropolis, play, I don't know, double poorhouse or something. Like I guess they only get 1 additional, right? Like they get 1, like whether it's double priest or double poorhouse or whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is that it costs them 4 coins, right? That you get the scrying pool action that wasn't free that you then had to pay for. Well, no, it cost them 6 coins because they had to play the hunting grounds as well. They had to toil a hunting grounds and a scrying pool and a poorhouse that they all wouldn't have had to toil if they had started with scrying pool, drawn their deck, not needed to play hunting grounds, and able to play Necropolis into a second econ card, whether that's poorhouse or priest or whatever. Yeah, so it cost them 6 coins. It's kind of a lot. Oh no. Okay, but you surely don't actually have the money to like win the game. There's no way, right? You have $0. You play a priest, you're gonna make $6. And you're gonna toil down to 4. So like, I don't even know. I don't believe in it. I will just say that. Well, you might as well, because you're gonna lose if you don't win. Also, you Tragic Hero can't gain potion because you're not going to have enough. Oh, okay. I guess if you do that. That's, I mean, you have 1 other trasher, so you have 1 other way to generate. Well, I guess if you have more poorhouses, they can net 2 coins. It's possible that you didn't actually draw the potion, it occurs to me. Why do you want more states? I don't understand. You did play the Tragic Hero, right? Yeah. Okay. So you have, I guess you have another scrying pool that you can draw stuff with. Yeah, I don't understand wanting the estates. That seems very odd. I guess if you're going to take another Tragic Hero and try to pop it, but I don't don't think that's like so unlikely to actually work because you're gonna probably just end up with an estate in hand instead. Oh, you're going for the estate pile out. I see. Maybe. So yeah, I could have taken another like 9 points and not a scrying pool, and then there'd definitely be no line here, but maybe there is actually a line and I played it too. I wasn't sufficiently respectful of my opponent's deck. I mean, I think if I lose this game, it will be on me for failing to imagine the possibilities, as opposed to like on me for choosing the worst strategy. You still need more points, and you need... So you don't have any more modifies. You need to have the potion. You need a... Okay, there's the province. Oh, I guess you do... I guess this should work. Assuming you have more actions to toil for monkey. Because you go scrying pool estate to state with one more buy. But do you have another action? Well, that was incorrect, but I guess it doesn't matter. Wait, what? Okay, they had the win, and then they didn't take it. Oh. They didn't have the win. I was gonna let them have an undo if they just... But yeah, as it is. Okay, so we can just play these guys at this point. The question is, can we empty the provinces? We can modify hunting grounds into province. I don't know if we have the money. Right? That's the question. Although we don't. We might modify hunting grounds into province and take 2 estates where we need like duchy scrying pool. We should be able to do that. I mean, we could take the estates off the hunting grounds, but I don't think... Does that make sense? Let's see, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we don't have the money. So if we trash the hunting grounds, if we gain province, double estate, that's... And we just need to have province scrying pool, which is 10 coins. Yeah, I think that is the way. Yeah, scrying pool province. Well, I mean, basically what I said there in the chat. I'm not sure how much credit I want to give myself for winning that game. Like, did I play well and my opponent didn't actually have an out? Is it rude to say GG's in response to that? I don't know. Because that wasn't like a general GG. That was a... anyway. I guess I should say that. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I feel comfortable. Well, they only had 3 pools. Yeah, I don't know. If I'd be interested in people's thoughts on that. Like how likely they were to be able to win from that position. I will say I didn't see the line of like emptying the estates by cycling through multiple hunting grounds. So that was, I mean, the thing is they had 2 modifies. So you like modify hunting grounds. You get 6 estates that way, but you have to be able to draw into the second hunting grounds, which isn't trivial. Maybe it is trivial with a good starting hand. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think if I had modified my hunting grounds into province duchy the previous turn, even if they do that line, I'm still like past where they can reach points. And actually, maybe that's not true because they had to buy provinces to get there, to get to the 24 points. Because I had 12, I could have had 21. They got to 24 points, but that was buying 2 provinces that they couldn't actually have bought in a way that would have allowed them to end the game because they would have had to buy estates. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I could have not taken the scrying pool, though they could have modified into a potion if that would have worked. Don't know if it would have worked, because then they can only modify 1 hunting grounds. But anyway, interesting game for sure. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is.